Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of At the Bar, featuring your favorite podcast host, Ryan Carter. This week, we are doing a fan favorite, the Long Island Iced Tea, one of the stronger drinks you can order pretty much anywhere. This drink consists of several different liquors as well as just a few mixers. It's really meant to be kind of like a one and done, maybe two and done drink. Um, the thing that a lot of people have found, though, and I have found from making a couple of different versions as well as talking to people who enjoy Long Island's, is that it very rarely actually tastes like tea. Um, and I think it just depends on how the drink is made and what quantities of the alcohol you put in it. We'll see how well it blends together. I did some research this week to figure out where the drink originated, and as far as I can tell, there's two popular stories. One is kind of more of a folk tale that attributes the drink being started in the 1920s during Prohibition by a gentleman of the name Old Man Bishop, who lived in Kingsport, Tennessee, in a community that was known as Long Island. So not actually New York, Long Island, just a simple neighborhood in Kingsport, Tennessee. During Prohibition, he made the original Long Island using tequila, vodka, gin, rum, which is still used today. And then he added whiskey to it and put maple syrup for a sweeter, kind of cutting the edge flavor. That was very popular back then, if that story is believed to be true, especially during a time where it was very hard to come by alcohol. Now, some people choose to believe a different story. Robert Rosebud Butt postulates that he is the creator of the Long Island iced tea much more recently in 1972. He says that he lived in Long Island, New York, and joined a cocktail competition to see who could make the best new cocktail using triple sec. And he created the Long Island using tequila, rum, vodka, gin, triple sec, and then adding some soda on top. I don't know why soda has been the mixer. Maybe because it tastes sweet. Maybe it's what he had on hand. But personally, if you're going to make a drink and call it a Long Island iced tea, I don't see why you wouldn't put iced tea in it. Who knows? Maybe the challenge is to make a drink that tastes like tea without actually having tea in it. I'm not really sure. Either way, I went ahead and tried a couple of different recipes. One in the most recent episode of the podcast was not great. Talked to my uncle, who is a big fan of Long Island's. He had his own recipe, but also said he hadn't quite figured out how to make it taste like tea. But I finally managed to tweak the ingredients enough and add a little twist of my own, and I have finally made a Long Island that I find actually tastes like iced tea.
Whatever, I'll just make it up.
So let's go on over to the bar and see how to make it.
All right, so like I said in the intro, I kind of made up my own mix. So we did still stick with the basics of tequila, rum, vodka, and gin. I do an ounce of rum, vodka, and gin. I just feel like those are the ones that, well, except for the gin, have the least amount of their own flavor, but they give you all the punch that you need to get a really good drink. So that was an ounce of rum. Get an ounce of vodka in here, and you don't need the nice stuff. Because you're mixing everything together, you really don't want to spend a ton of money on your ingredients because you don't need to. Not like a nice whiskey where you'll drink it straight or over ice because you want to taste the flavor. You're mixing it with everything, so it doesn't really matter. So ounce of rum, ounce of vodka, ounce of gin going in now. And as you can see, with the ice in the glass already, it's filling up quite a lot. Okay, so one of the things that I found took away from the tea flavor the most was the strong tequila flavor. So I cut that down to a half ounce. So you still get the flavor, but it's not as present. I used 100% agave tequila as well, because I was told that it's less likely to give you a hangover. Not that I really suffer from those. Now you want to get into your lighter liqueurs. So a half ounce of triple sec. Again, I don't know who thought making a margarita in a tea was going to taste like tea, but here we are. I put a half ounce of simple syrup in there as well to give you a little bit of sweetness to it to kind of help add that, again, sweet tea flavor. And my secret ingredient, which I found made it really actually taste like tea, is peach schnapps. Now, if you don't like peach tea, you could always use a different type of schnapps to add that flavor in there, but it adds a good amount of sweetness and that really nice peach flavor that you might find in a good tea. So once you get all that put in your glass, go ahead and give her a mix. Just kind of blend it all. Like we talked about with the vodka martini, whenever you put gin in the drink, you want to try to typically avoid shaking it so you don't bruise your gin. And then last but not least, you want to add your soda. Soda of choice, I use store brand cola because, again, it's cheap and it's going in a mixed drink. And that gives it that brown kind of tea look. And again, add sugar to it. And if you want to get fancy, really make it look like a tea drink, you can put a lemon wedge on the side, or put a little umbrella in there, whatever you fancy to make your drink look special. All right, let's see what this tastes like. Oh yeah, that's good. A little carbonated from the soda, but the peach covers up most of those flavors, especially the tequila, that would take away from that tea flavor. So if you want to give that a try, let me know. If you make your own with a different recipe, send it to me and I'll try that one as well and see how we match up with that. Cheers, guys.